I'm Professor Doc, and you're watching Professor Doc's Dark Science. Today we're gonna... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Come on! Hello, everyone. This is Professor Doc, and you're watching Professor Doc's Dark Science. Today's topic is kind of an iconic one, tinfoil hats. Yeah, the tinfoil hat has become the poster child for the crazy people, but it's not as crazy as you'd think, and unfortunately, the tinfoil hats, well, they don't work anymore. And today I'm going to show you why they don't work anymore and prove to you that they actually did work at one time. The purpose of a tinfoil hat was to stop aliens from sending messages into your brain. And as ridiculous as that may sound, that does have a basis in actual scientific fact. Any type of broadcast, whether it be television, actual radio, Wi-Fi, personal handheld communication devices like walkie-talkies or ham radios, all of those are electromagnetic waves. Electromagnetic waves that we use have not really changed since they first started using radio. It hasn't changed. It's just an electromagnetic wave that travels through the atmosphere at different frequencies. And your Wi-Fi signals are exactly the same thing. They're just an electromagnetic wave. So any type of broadcast that way, like I said, I'm being redundant here, but I'm just trying to get that out there so you understand. Any type of broadcast from any type of source that goes through the airways and is picked up by an antenna, whether it be cell phone signal from space, Wi-Fi signals, television, traditional radio, AM or FM, they are all electromagnetic waves. That is all they are. You know, nothing has changed in decades. So the premise of a tinfoil hat, and we say tinfoil, basically we need aluminum foil, is that it stops those electromagnetic waves from getting into your brain so that the quote-unquote aliens can't send you signals, or whoever is trying to send signals into your brain cannot send you the signals. Well, that, and this is absolute fact, with the current methods of construction for houses or any other type of commercial or residential buildings, a lot of the insulation is foil backed. That means it has a thin coating of metal on it, especially with some of your rigid insulation. And that is starting to become a serious problem for Wi-Fi and for cell phone signals, because they're finding out, especially like older houses that never had any insulation, and they're putting vinyl siding on these houses, which makes a great improvement, but they'll put most times a foil back insulation over top of the old siding, and then vinyl siding goes over top of that. Well, what you've done is you've encased your entire house with a thin layer of the material that reflects radio waves, and that is becoming a serious issue, especially if there's interior insulation, and sometimes they'll use this extra that they have laying around to soundproof the walls in between the studs. Well, what that does is if you have a Wi-Fi router in your house and some of your interior walls have reflective foil-backed insulation in the walls, it will completely kill your Wi-Fi signal, and you'll have dead spots 10 feet away from your router. I know some people who resided their house and have foil-back insulation on there, and now they can't get their cell phone signal sitting in their living room where they could before, and they don't really know what happened to their cell phone signal. You know, they blame their carrier or they blame something, but they don't realize they've just created a reflective barrier for radio waves around their house. Now, keeping that in mind, a tinfoil hat is nothing more than wrapping your head with a material that deflects radio waves. So the premise behind it is based on absolute empirical evidence. Even the wiring in your house can deflect radio waves and cause you to have reception problems. So putting on a hat made out of aluminum foil actually is not as crazy as it sounds if you feel that you are having, for some reason, you're having radio waves broadcast into your head. Now, the idea that somebody may be broadcasting radio waves into your head for some nefarious purpose sounds like conspiracy theory, but it is something that's actually possible. Now, I've prepared a little demonstration with an old cell phone and the router out in my workshop, and the video follows right now. Okay, right now I am outside my workshop, which would be my secret lair. Yeah, my evil lair. Whoa-ha-ha. It's neither evil or secret, but right here I have an old track phone. This is still a very good. Ooh, got some glare there. Sorry. Still, let me turn that off. Okay, good. That's better. This is a 6-year-old phone. I mean, it's not exactly fantastic, but it's not bad. It's still a smartphone and it still works absolutely perfectly well. On the other side of this wall right here is a normal household router. It's not just a cheap old router. It's a very good, very good 2.5 gigahertz router. As you can see, I have full bars on the track phone. That is cell signal. Now what I'm going to do is I have here, this is a regular old tinfoil hat. Now it's sort of like a, what would you say, a convenience worker's hat. I just made it so that I could fit the cell phone in better. I'm going to take the cell phone. As you see, it still has full bars. I'm going to set it inside the tinfoil hat, and I'm just going to close it up, and I'm going to hold it there. And, oh no, hit the buttons. And it's hard to do this with one hand. And what do we got? Okay. We have... Oh, it's not going to do it now for me, is it? Sorry, it's very hard to do this with one hand and film at the same time. Now I turned off the phone. Okay, now we're back on. I put the tinfoil hat around the phone, and lo and behold, it turns off again. Okay, now I got a good shot. Our signal is down to 2 bars. Now it jumps up occasionally there. Now it's down to 1. Now it's standing sort of steady at 2 bars of signal. I'm 2 feet away from that router. 2 feet. And that's what just a little bit of tinfoil can do to stop Wi-Fi signals. I mean, I'm not doing anything special to this phone. If you see now, it's running steady at 2. Now it's down to 1 bar. So tinfoil hats, as crazy as it might sound, it does stop radio waves. I mean, that's just a fact. Okay, everyone, I have to fill in the spots that were destroyed that I need to have some explanation for. And after I filmed that, then, well, that part of the film got lost. Film? I'm really back in the day. That part of the recording got lost. So what I was proving there is that tinfoil hats, and more specifically, this one right here, it's set up like maybe a food worker's hat, tinfoil hats actually did work for what their purpose was. And their purpose was to stop any type of radio wave signal from getting into your head. Now, we've gone over from analog signals to digital broadcasting. Okay? And they're using UHF frequency for most of that now instead of VHF frequency. UHF is ultra high frequency, VHF is very high frequency. Pretty simple. This, well, it still may protect you from VHF signals. It will not protect you from the UHF signals. And I will explain to you why here in a moment. But if you have your pointy little tinfoil hat, say the traditional one, pointy, okay, you might as well just throw that out the window, because it will not help you. It is useless. It actually aids in whoever wants to get into your head, it aids them getting into your head. And I will prove it to you with this demonstration. I'm sorry for the quality of the video. Instead of trying to reshoot it, I was trying to save as much original footage as I could. And I was able to, although it's not in very high quality. So here is the footage that shows you why tinfoil hats actually aid the UHF signals getting into your brain. Okay, what I have here is the TV is already set up. I scanned it without any antenna on there, so the scan channels are all clear. I have 2 tinfoil hats. Nothing special, just 2 empty tinfoil hats sitting on the couch with a cat for scale. I have them taped to a balun. This one's coming loose. Let me tighten it up. Okay, it's been tightened up. The balun runs right over to the back of the TV. Nothing at all crazy. So there's 2 tinfoil hats like you would normally wear. So I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to scan for channels. Air cable, auto scan. Start scan. Now, this may take a few moments. So if you were sitting with a friend, say out at your kitchen table, and you're wearing your tinfoil hats. No, say you're sitting on the couch. You're wearing your tinfoil hats, thinking that you're protected from any sort of radio wave intrusions. But apparently anymore you're not, because of the new you've gone to high definition broadcasting. Scan 23 channels now. Just give it a minute. It takes a few minutes. Uh-oh, what do we have here now? 4 channels? 4 channels from a tinfoil hat sitting on a couch with a cat? This is just a 3-foot piece of coax cable with a balun on it and 2 tinfoil hats. That's all. Reaching about the end of the thing now, end of the scan. Look at this. We've got this channel, this channel, this channel, this channel, this channel, and back to this channel. And this is all with these 2 tinfoil hats sitting on a couch attached to the back of the television with the coax cable and a cat. So hey, you want to try this out at home? Try it out at home. Make yourself 2 tinfoil hats, tape it to your window, set it on your couch, put it on your cat. You might be amazed at what you find. So, this is Professor Doc, going dark. Now, do you see? Do you see? The configuration of a tinfoil hat acts as an antenna to draw the UHF signals into your brain. That is why Tinfoil hats no longer work. Tinfoil hats are helping whoever it is trying to put stuff in your brain. You were sitting there with your friend with your tinfoil hats on. You've made an antenna that draws all of what they're trying to say or put into your head. That's like me taking my off-grid computer here and putting a big Wi-Fi antenna on it and say, fill me up with your garbage. But that's that's what's happening now, and that's what's happened. So I wanted to let you know that. I'll be back as soon as I can with more videos. This is Professor Doc, going dark.